Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? Today, we have a special Defense Up recording. We're doing this kind of in the middle of the week. Normally, we do these on Friday, or at least I like to try to do them on Friday. But if you want to be a part of a recording for Defense Up, find me. Links are in the description. I am on Twitch. And you can come and chat and hang out with us. We have content creators who come in on voice and help me go over these kits and figure things out. So remember, if you don't like the advice I'm giving, you can go blame them. This defense is for Lavin92, aka Lavito, and it's a special one because he is getting married right now as we speak. They are tying the knot, and he had a special request to have this defense done. So congratulations, Lavin. Hope you're having a great day, buddy. Hope everything turns out positive and she says yes and all that. So I'm sure it's going to work out great. Anyway, it's a great day. It's a mediocre defense. So starting in room 1, we have this Secret Defenders with Big Time. Now, Big Time turns out to not be a great idea because his ultimate has something written in his kit. His first move has it written in his kit that it can't be assisted. And this is all about being assisted in this room. So, Big Time has got to go. You've got to change the ISOs on Robbie and on Hardlight because they need to be strikers to do that assist mechanic and really capitalize on what's going on in this first room. If you have Noir, he seems to be one of the best choices. Of course, Super Scroll being the ultimate choice. A lot of people like doing the Super Scroll combo with Thanos right now. You put Super Scroll on the end, Thanos adjacent to him, probably replacing Photon on this one. Or Hardlight, actually. A lot of people do some weird stuff. The idea is that Super Scroll, or when you sack the team, Super Scroll gets all that energy from Thanos and you can't sack it. So, we want to replace Big Time with Thanos, we want to replace Big Time with Super Scroll first. If you don't have that, let's go with Noir. If you don't have that, go with Quicksilver. But get Big Time out of here. He ain't doing you any favors. This one's like a B- because we have those incorrect ISOs and this terrible choice of characters in there. Number 2 is the Infinity Watch in room 2. It's done right. It's big enough. I've been telling people season after season, don't invest in Infinity Watch because their day has come and gone. Who knows, man? Rumor has it they might still have a place in the next season as well. So you guys do what you want to with this team. But this is fine. It's not that exciting, but it still soaks up attacks and it's not wasting anything you're going to be using on offense. So I can give it begrudgingly, I can give it an A. Moving on to room 3, we have Darkhold with Dormammu. And we didn't like this one because there's so many compositions that can really beat it, except when I used those compositions on stream earlier today. Whatever. We would like to take and move this to room 6, and we could probably swap out Dormammu if we wanted to. Dormammu in here is fine, but Loki might be a better choice because Loki's going to change the speed of this team a little bit, make it a little bit more tricky and reduce some of the counters that go into it. And then throwing it into room 6, they have some pretty decent synergy. That gives room 3, the ultimate room, a little more options to work with. You can just throw in a lot of plug-and-play characters or something in here if you want, things that you aren't using on offense, and they're going to alt turn 1, or most of them will alt turn 1. So let's move this out of 3 because it's kind of getting wasted here. Think about using Loki instead of Dormammu. That'll give you some more offensive options. For me, the guys in chat said this was like a C. I think the team's done right. I just think it's a waste of the room rules. I'm going to give this one a B. It's pretty lackluster. It's kind of old. Room number 4 is the Unlimited X-Men. Good placement, decent ISOs. Rogue should be a striker. However, the team's fallen off a bit, and I can't really recommend anybody spending a lot of ISOs on Rogue. Gambit's the one getting reworked, not her. So you could leave her as a skirmisher. It just helps with focus, but she doesn't need the skirmisher at this point. It would be better to make her a striker. Otherwise, this is fine. I'm going to go ahead and give it an A-. Moving on to room number 5 is the Death Seed team. Death Seed used to be pretty good team here. Everybody liked them, and then they started getting beat by their own mirror. And even when they clear and cleanse those blinds, they still, it still just falls to the counter, to the mirror. However, we just did a Pegasus into this team, and I punched up 200K into them and absolutely obliterated them. And everyone's going to have a Pegasus team here pretty soon. Maybe not as big as mine, but they'll have a Pegasus team definitely big enough to beat this. So I would get this out of here. You can use them on offense for certain situations, but mostly they're just kind of becoming a liability on defense because of how easily they can be beat. The ISOs are pretty good. You have a skirmisher on Mags. That's probably for other content. He does function well as a skirmisher, but you're going to get more value out of him as a striker. So because it's a lackluster older defense and because the ISO isn't technically correct, I'm going to give this one a B-. All right, and in room 6, we have hot trash. Oh my gosh. I say all the time, stop using Hela on defense. She is a liability. Someone's going to bring in the Eternals on this and absolutely obliterate it. You're going to be wasting Omega Red. You're going to be wasting the Undying, and Bishop is a waste because who cares about the pre-taunt tank? They're ulting into this team with a big AoE, guaranteeing a double tap off of Greg, and just really, you know, this is a huge liability for your setup. Get this team out of here. This is an absolute F. Instead, we're going to replace it with that Darkhold team, probably with Loki. You can leave it with Dormammu if you like. And in place of this team over in room 3, like I said, you can just use some big stuff if you want. Or here's an idea. If you've got enough on offense, then try throwing that Superior 6 team in on defense, just about anywhere you like. They are amazing on defense. And if you already have the points for the Crucible event using those players on offense, then you don't need to use them, assuming that you've got enough that you can get through your attacks. And it's a pretty offensive heavy meta right now. So I recommend throwing that team on defense. I have been getting at least one defensive victory with that team on defense every single time I place them there. So in fact, after stream today, I will be going and putting them back on defense because I think they're amazing. Anyway, congratulations. Tell Mrs. Lavin that we're all really sorry for her decision, but I am happy for you. If she's half the woman my wife is, then you're going to be very, very happy, man. I actually love being married, and so congratulations to you two on tying the knot. Thank you for sending in your screenshots of your team. If you want to have your defense featured on Defense Up, links are in the description below. Send me some screenshots. I'll put you on the list. Remember, don't just have a good game. Be good to yourselves and others too. And I'll see you next time. Bye.